Hello, friends. Uncle Marv here with another episode of the IT Business Podcast, coming at you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at the lovely new Omni Hotel at Empower 2026. And we are wrapping up here with one of the last interviews of the conference. I found two head nerds that were laying around, thought they had nothing to do, so we grabbed them for this last interview. Ben Lee and Marc Andre Tanguay. Here in the house. Guys, thank you.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So let me ask you guys this from a perspective. Of course, everybody always wants to talk to you about the head nerds title. What do you guys do?
Sure.
Let's talk about how your experience has been here this week at the conference.
Busy.
Yeah.
I think busy sums it up pretty nicely, because there's, even before the event starts, there's all the prep, the sorting, the making things like the Nerds Lounge have all the awesome gadgets and toys to play with and all that kind of fun stuff. And then there's filling the swag bags, rolling the t-shirts, all the stuff that people don't imagine you'd be involved in. You just muck in, get on, and then the customers and partners turn up and it gets crazy.
Yeah. Now, that room, I saw the big old screen for the video games and stuff like that. Yep. So was that for you or for the partners or both?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The intent is just to make it a safe, quiet space for people, right? Like the best thing I've seen is at Berlin. We have people that come to these events. Their first event, sometimes they're young, they don't know people, and they feel shy. And, going to all the big expo halls, it's daunting, and it's a little overwhelming. There's people, they're all trying to talk to you because they want to sell you stuff. And this young lady came to the Nerd Lounge at the first day of Empower in Berlin last year, and she found the lounge. We was her first year doing it. And she came over, she spent 5-10 minutes with us. We played some video games. We put her at ease. She was having fun. She met some friends that she spent the whole conference with, and it kind of level set for her that, okay, this is okay. And this became the Nerd Lounge became that for me. And it's a safe space for people to just enjoy. So it's busy for us, the whole conference, but this is kind of the place for people to come and play, to talk, to whatever they need to do. It's a place for them, right? So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I imagine that as people get comfortable, they feel a little more free to ask those questions, whether it's technical or, hey, I'm not liking this. Can you help me? Has there been a lot of that in the room?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure it's that people relax and ask those. I think people are fairly open at coming right out with asking what they want to know about. Right. But definitely it's a slightly less formal. It's not a sales forward space. It's we're just having a bit more of a conversation about things, right?
Yeah, because upstairs we have the tech pods where, you have our product managers or engineering people or salespeople. They can go there and talk shop and say, I want this feature. But they come to us in more of a, hey, I've talked to them. Can we do something in the meantime? And we'll help them find solutions that may be a little outside the box sometimes, right? But no, they are not shy. On the pre-day, we did our exec AMA. Then I was moderating with our execs. And these people started right off with like hard questions and kept on us for an hour. So
really?
The people are not shy here.
Okay. So Marc Andre, I know that you're technically one of the senior managers of the head nerds.
Right.
Do you have a specialty, or are you just overall the nerds?
So when I created the team, my specialty was automation.
Okay.
And it still is. I've been doing automation for well over a decade. I love doing it. Anything scripting, automation, ways to make things more efficient. So it's still kind of my specialty, but I'm becoming a nerd of all nerds just by force of habit.
Okay. Ben, I didn't get a lot of chance to research you, but I thought 365 is in there somewhere, right?
It is. Well, so I was hired as the Microsoft, with air quotes, nerds. And so my background has been the Microsoft kind of collaboration space, things like Azure, Entra, and a lot of M365. So I'm not aligned to a particular enable product, but I help out where we touch against the Microsoft ecosystem. And kind of actually my topics for the last couple of days, some of it was on things like Power Automate, how MSPs can take advantage of that, things like Copilot, how they can use that. And then one of the things that we announced out of this week is our MCP server for using AI to talk against our services. So I was able to show how you can integrate those MCP servers into Microsoft Copilot and start building your own kind of AI solutions using that. So kind of that wasn't a thing when I was hired, but here we are, and I think it's fitting quite nicely. I'm looking at Marc Andre for a nod of approval.
Yeah. The nerds reinvent themselves every year. The whole team, kind of what do we do? We always look at what else can we do,
right?
And so they always do this, where they come with an idea of what the role will be, and within 3, 6, 12 months, we readjust, and every team member does that to see where do we fit, what do we need to help the company and help the community.
Okay. Any questions stump you guys this year?
I mean, a lot of us sort of suffer from imposter syndrome in these kinds of roles, right? Where you feel that you don't know enough, but it's usually because you know enough to know what you don't know. I always get scared, worried, concerned that at these kind of events, I get partners coming up to me who know our products back to front because they've worked with them for years and years. And like I say, I'm a year in, I haven't gone to that level of detail. So it's that like, hey, there's this really weird thing when I click this and I do that and something happens and it triggers, and what's the event timer that's happening behind the scenes, and what's the polling frequency? And I'm like, whoa. But the nice thing again about being on the nerds team is you can pause, you can hold that conversation. Like, I'll get the details, I'll go away, I'll find the right person, I'll get you an answer. You pass that, you understand it, and you come back with something. And that's where, again, being a nerd internally is quite helpful, that you get a lot of freedom to go talk to whoever we need to inside the business to get answers to those kinds of questions. So a lot of the questions regularly not stump me, but they make me stop and pause. But I enjoy that. That's part of the continuous learning process, right?
Yeah.
All right. Nothing for you, Mark? Nothing?
I rarely get stumped anymore at these events. It's just, you never know what's going to hit, right? Like, we got some questions even on stage, and I had some of the execs with us, and they all look at each other like, okay, who's going to take this one? And I'm like, I'll go. I don't mind. It's just funny, right? Like, but yeah, I don't get phased anymore, but I don't always have the answers. Like he says, nobody will ever get upset at one of the miners or myself if we tell them, I don't have the answer right now, but I will find out.
Okay.
What they don't want to hear is, I don't know. And then you stop. Right? So you don't get stumped if you say, hey, give me an hour, I'll go as the right person, or let me bring you to the right person. Everybody accepts that and they're happy with that. So as long as you work with that I can do it mentality, nobody will ever get upset at you.
Okay. So this is the first time. So just to let you guys know, so I've been with Enable since 2013, 14, when you guys acquired GFI.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to a previous Empower event, but not since you guys had the Head Nerds community involved. So the question I have is, it looks like you guys all work tightly together.
Yeah.
You all like each other. How much of that is true on a daily basis? I mean, do you guys actually interact that much? Because most organizations that I've talked with over the years, they're kind of siloed, and they'll get together once or twice a year, make sure we're on target with goals and stuff. Development teams might talk, but the heads of the departments don't. It looks like you guys do.
Yeah, the luck that we have, I'm going to say luck loosely, but the luck that we have is that we all travel a lot for conferences and various events. So we don't see each other every day. We meet as a team once or twice a year, like you said, but we talk every week. Yeah. And we talk every day. We meet each other at conferences. So I'll send a couple of my guys from North America to Europe. They'll meet up with Ben. They'll spend 3, 4, 5 days together and, go at night, take partners out for dinner, go to the bar, spend time together as a group. And that cohesion gets maintained by us seeing each other a few times. I'm on the road 50, 60% of my time. Most of my guys are on the road 25 to 40%. And it gives us a chance to see each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking the time here. I know you guys got a photo you don't want to miss.
I was going to say, but that's the opportunity, right? We've not had a full nerds photo for a long time, so yeah, we're jumping on it when we can.
Yeah.
So let me ask this: how many questions did you get asked about the new AI management tab in the dashboard? Because I'll be honest, I don't think I noticed it until this week.
I think I stopped counting at 50 for me.
Okay.
We had a lot. People are interested, right? And there's mostly questions about compliance. How is that going to be safe for us, which is fair.
Right.
It's going to be questions around how does it work? How much does it cost? What should I do? What's really cool stuff I can do with it? Because people, they see some, a new AI chatbot. Okay, one more AI chatbot, because everybody has one, right?
Yeah.
So we go, oh, well, some of the cool stuff you can do is this. And they're like, oh, okay. So it's not just snake oil. You can actually do things. I'm like, yes, here's how. So tons and tons of questions. I don't know about you, but mine was been big.
Yeah, but the counter, not the counter, but the other side of that is it's like, hey, these are the examples we thought of that we used. And I love having those chats where they're like, well, could we do this? And can we do that? And I want to do this and I want to do that. It's that cycle of, and some of it, you're like, yeah, no, you can do that. And the other's like, well, let me check. It might be on roadmap. We'll see. And the other one's like, oh, we need to make sure that 6 months we can do that. Like there's a lot of, there's a lot of cooperation on it. It's a lot of fun. But I mean, the main kind of conversations I've been having, I mentioned the MCP server. We've got the in-product AI, we've got the MCP server where you can roll your own agents and automations and that sort of stuff off the back of it. It's helping partners and customers understand how they might choose to use one, what the guardrails are, what the considerations are. And I like that as an organization, we're giving a choice. There's flexibility about how you want to engage with AI solutions, whether it's the in-product AI or it's, using hooks into the system to use your own. There's a lot of fluidity there, and it's a good thing, I think.
Okay. So Marc, let me ask you, since you started with automation, when you started, I assume that there wasn't a ton of automation out there. We were doing it, but we didn't have, real, imaginative ideas of how we could use it. Now that we're moving into this AI phase here, how different is it in terms of looking at automation?
It's very different. Automation has almost become a commodity, right? Like back in the 5, 7, 10 years ago, when we were doing a lot of automation for our customers and for partners, what was happening is they would come to us, say, I have this need. We would build it, but my role was always, if I build something for you, I need to be able to share it with the community after.
Right.
And they said, no problem. Obviously, if you're building it, do what you want. So we would always share back, and it's fine. But they would never work the other way. If they would come to me with a script they built, or like, can you help me automate this or change this or fix this or whatever it was? I said, can I share it? And they would say, no, it's my secret sauce. And they wouldn't want to do it. So people were very introverted on that.
Right.
And now that we've gone towards more the AI and vibe coding and, AI built automation, you're seeing that evolution where now people are willing to share again. So it has changed dramatically for me in that it's easier to talk to people and work with them. And it's also easier to build, obviously. Now, what's hard is the ideas, right? People always go, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So that's where we still work a lot on the nerds, is to help them sometimes get ideas, or we'll say, here's what we've seen other people do when I was on the road with visiting people or talking at events.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, these people do this. That's a good idea. How can I do that? And then they go vibe code it, or we help them. But it has changed more from a spending hours coding to teaching than more than coding now, which is fun as well.
All right. We just got a couple of minutes here, so I'm going to ask one last question, and it's going to be based around the people that you've seen here. I've talked with a lot, and it seems as though a lot of the MSPs are of the more mature side. So they're not asking you those starter questions and stuff. What are some of the questions that you're getting from these mature MSPs?
For me, it's been around the AI stuff, because again, that's where I've been kind of presenting and talking. And it's a lot of the kind of the conversations about how should we approach this? We know we need to be doing something around this. And there's two angles. There's the angle of how do we use the types of solutions that Enable are offering to improve our services, our things. But then there's also the aspect of how do we deal with this for our customers? How do we help our customers on their AI journey? How do we deal with them? So there's a lot of, it's almost like a softer skill thing. The days of like doing techie stuff, like scripting and stuff you're talking about, you can vibe code scripting. It's the ideas, it's the processes, the guardrails are like, how do you approach A, finding a problem, but B, solving it in a responsible fashion? So, talking to those MSPs, it's trying to help them understand how they can bundle up, as well as having like a resiliency package, how they can have an AI package, and how they can take that stuff out to their customers, and how they can improve their internal processes using some of that as well.
All right, nice. Marc Andre, last word?
Yeah, some of the stuff that I've seen from more the mature side is people going from, I want to use AI to what do I do, to more, what is the governance and compliance that you guys are putting in place around your AI? How can it be safe for me? And how can I guardrail it? And what happens in this really, really weird niche if some bad actor does this and this happened and this happened? And what did you do to protect against that? And I'm like, okay, now that's a very complex one, but it could happen. Let's talk through it. And these are more the questions you'll see from mature MSPs, whereas the ones that are more starting their journey, they're more going to be like, where do I start? What do I buy? And
what tools and help me the most?
Yeah. Very different.
Okay. All right, guys, I know you got to go. You don't want to miss that picture. Thank you very much, Ben Lee, Marc Andre. Thanks to meet you guys, and we'll look for you next time out on the road.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, that's going to do it here from Fort Lauderdale. You missed a great event. You missed a great location, great weather, and sucks for you. Anyway, I will be back with more episodes later, but that is going to do it from here in Fort Lauderdale at the Empower 2026. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Holla.